We are rounding out our month on video marketing, and we've talked a lot about how we create content for our social media or how we can pre-produce content that we want to utilize for our organization. What we haven't really talked about is the dreaded going live. What can we do to go live with our video content to connect with our viewers, connect with our donors, connect with our community, provide value, and really just kind of get out there and be the thought leader in our space, be the expert in the thing that we are working to solve. So that is what I'm going to talk to you about today. Some different ideas for going live, how you can do it, how you can control it, how you can maybe just go crazy and have some fun with it. So before you say, well, I don't want to listen to this because I'm never going to go live, take a listen, because I think some of the ideas might be interesting to you. You might like them. You might enjoy them. Your team might get excited about them. So that's what we're going to talk about today, going live. Now, full disclosure, as I hit record today, a lovely thunderstorm is rolling through. And so you might hear some thunder in the background. All good. Gotta love a good spring storm. Okay. Before we get into the episode, it is brought to you by our April freebie, 10 video ideas to steward your donors. So it's going to give you some ideas to help you connect and stay connected once somebody has already given to your campaign. How can you show up? How can you provide value? How can you show your beautiful faces and your trust building through those videos? These are going to give you some great ideas to continue to build on those relationships. So go to thefirstclick.net/resources, grab this freebie. If that is not the one that you think is going to be helpful for you, don't you worry. We have new freebies coming out every month, so you can check out January through March's as well. But again, that's at thefirstclick.net/resources. Let's get into the episode. You're listening to the Digital Marketing Therapy Podcast. I'm your host, Sammy Bedell-Mulhern. Each month, we dive deep into a digital marketing or fundraising strategy that you can implement in your organization. Each week, you'll hear from guest experts, nonprofits, and myself on best practices, tips, and resources to help you raise more money online and reach your organizational goals. So post-COVID, people have gotten more used to doing things virtually, doing things online, taking classes, trainings, connecting, happy hours, Zoom hangouts, all of the things, right? We become more comfortable. And so while there's absolutely a place for those one-on-one direct in-person conversations for sure, I don't want to say this replaces that. Video and live video can be a great way to continue to connect with your community in mass or even one-on-one by going live. And me saying, hey, you should go live might create a whole bunch of different thoughts for you right now. And all of a sudden you're like, no, I can't do that. Or I'm too scared to go live. What if I make a mistake? All the same things that you worry about when it comes to your recorded videos probably show up at a heightened level for potentially going live. So I totally get it. I totally understand. And we're going to talk through some options. So similar to how you might ease into creating your video, you can ease into going live. Now, there's ways you can control this and do it in smaller private spaces. You can also do it out on a broader landscape so that you can hit people that maybe aren't already connected to you. But we're going to start first with what are some ways that you can use live video to connect with your existing audience, people that maybe are already on your email list, already in your network, maybe they're already donors. And that is kind of live Zoom hangs, or whatever you want to call them. These could be a monthly thing that's already planned. They could be a quarterly thing. They could just be pop-ups. It could be when you have like some big milestone that you've hit or some big impact piece that you want to share. It could have something to do with timeliness. If there's a new report that comes out that supports the work that you're doing and you really want to keep people up to date on the new trends and the new things that are happening in real time, live is great for that. And so you can do these in a couple of different ways, right? You could open up a Zoom room, you could hang out, you could send emails and say, hey, our team is going to be available live in Zoom during this time to this time. You can come get your questions answered. We're going to be sharing some updates on things that are happening, and kind of talking about where we are as an organization. If it is updates on things that have happened in the news or things that relate directly to your organization, doing them in real time is a great way, again, to position you as that thought leader in the space, as the industry expert, because you're proactively saying, here's something that's changed, or here's a law that's changed that's going to affect us, or here's some great research that has come out that's supporting the work that we're doing. By staying on top of it in real time, you're just building that trust and supporting your community in a way that other people are going to see, oh, wow, they're doing this really cool thing. They're paying attention. They must really, really know their stuff. So that is number 1. Sorry, my throat is super dry. Hang out with your audience, hang out with them on Zoom, go live and be there to answer questions. Now, if you're nervous about kind of that interaction and what people might say or ask, especially if you're in maybe a more regulated or sensitive area, the other thing that you could also do is go live, but not allow people to kind of engage with you. I love the engagement piece because you're going to learn a lot by the questions and the statements that people say. And people just want to feel involved and connected. So if you can, I definitely encourage you to do it in a space where people can at least comment, even if you don't want them to go live and talk back. Now, the other thing that you can do if you really want to provide value, and maybe you want to provide it to masses, but you don't necessarily want to have that engagement, is do more of a webinar style live. Now, you can do webinars pre-recorded, and still engage with people in chat, for example, but I definitely recommend having it as open and community building as possible. Now, a webinar is more of a structured training. So this could be, maybe you have a monthly series on reducing waste in your household, and people can come every month and log in and learn your tips for today on how to get a tip for how to reduce waste in their home, right? Which directly relates to your mission. Now, the perk is people can show up for free. People can just show up. But if they give you their email address, they can get access to the replays, right? They can watch them or watch past versions. So it's also a great way to grow your email list. And when you do things like this, like a regular webinar, you have an opportunity to engage with people that might be new to your organization. So here you are providing value, offering support, and not asking for anything, right? We're not asking for donations. At the end, you definitely want a call to action, but that might be more in line with make sure you register on our email list so you get notified of next month's topic, for example, or whatever. But the goal here is to get new people into your audience and provide value. So again, a webinar is a much more controlled experience. You probably will have a slide deck. You'll have a presentation created. You can work within your whole team to kind of figure out what those things might be, right? It could be dog training tips. It could be afternoon school activities or healthy snack. Like maybe you all get together. Maybe you send everybody a grocery list. Everybody gets together and you teach them how to create this healthy meal that your kids will love and sneaks in vegetables, right? Whatever it might be. Maybe it's gardening tips to reduce soil erosion. Get creative and have fun with it. Push it out. It does take a little more effort and work to get new audiences to come in, but as you continue to do it regularly, you'll find that people are sharing it. They're having fun with you. You're getting value, and they're going to share it with their friends and families that care about the same things that they care about, which is naturally going to bring more people in. It's a great way to bring people in that's not, they're going to immediately ask them for a donation or things of that nature. So webinars are a great opportunity. Now, the next one that I'm going to bring up is your good old live, going live on Facebook, going live on Instagram, LinkedIn you can go live on, going live on YouTube. And the nice thing is if you use something like Zoom, you can push it live to a couple other places. So really think about where your audience lives, and maybe you just record a regular live. Now, these are great because they can be more conversational, right? You might have a format for how you do it. But again, these can be a combination of scheduled, like, hey, we always go live every Monday at 10 a.m. or once a month, like the second Tuesday or whatever. But they can also be kind of impromptu. So let's say you're at your pet adoption event and things are really going well and you want to drive some more traffic to the event, or you just want people to see what's happening. Push live on your Facebook. do a quick little conversation, show people what's happening, let people get engaged and excited about what you're doing. It's a great reminder, like, hey, we're out at this park. Make sure you come out and see us. And it can be super casual, and it does not need to be perfect. Remember, we're just connecting with you on the human level. So don't be afraid to hit record and go live on some of those things. Now, you can, of course, pre-record stuff, get them up on your stories, but seeing the energy of what's happening in real time, lives are great for that. And the beauty of all of these videos is as you're going live and you're talking with people and you're connecting with people, they can all still be repurposed. So you can still take these videos and chunk them up and reuse that content that you're sharing in lives, or in like reels or stories or other just short form video content, which we've talked a ton about this month. So it's a great way to create content easily to share with your audiences over and over and over again, even after the live video has ended. Okay, so we've talked about a closed room with people you invite. We've talked about a more structured webinar that maybe you do on a regular basis and that you are using to grow your email list or just provide value. We've talked about just going live and having either a structured live or just a combination of ad hoc whenever you feel like it. So there's a lot of variety, but it just really is about getting out there, getting comfortable, and getting started. And again, like we've talked about in other episodes, you need to kind of practice and do it a few times. But here's the great thing. If you go live on your Facebook page and you're like, okay, that wasn't awesome, you can delete it right after the post is done. Try not to do that because you did the work, the effort, like let's get it out there. But you can also just have it posted for 30 days and then it goes away. So these things don't have to live out there forever. The other thing is if you want to practice, you can create a small group in Facebook and just do a Facebook Live that only shows to a handful of people. So you can test, practice, watch the replay, or even just do it for yourself and see what it looks like so that you can get comfortable and excited about what you're doing and the content that you're sharing. Similarly, all of the do's and don'ts that I shared in a previous episode, check those out because those will be the same for your live videos as well. So I'm not going to go through those things here, but it's definitely something to think about. And you really want to make sure you know where your audience is. If you're going to take the effort to go live, then you want to make sure that you're doing it on the platforms that they're in. So if you're really heavy in LinkedIn, then just do LinkedIn Lives. It's a great opportunity to do that. And the final thing that I kind of want to mention here is really have fun with collaboration. Bring on other guests from your other donors or people that are in your community that have benefited from the services that you provide. If you're a theater program or an art museum, right? Bring on people that you can interview that have either experienced it or seen it or been there. Excuse me. Have fun with it and make sure that you're bringing in other faces because, again, that's going to build trust. If there's 3 people that have come through the museum exhibit and they're talking about how much they love it and how amazing it is, like that's going to go a lot further than you standing there and continuing to explain what it is, right? I can see myself in them. If they've been and they love it, then I'll probably love it too. So don't be afraid to bring in other people. And I would challenge you to maybe try a couple of these different versions and see what works, what feels good, what's easy, but put it on the calendar and make an effort to make it happen. Now, the other question that we get a lot is, well, what time of day should we go live? And that's a tricky question because, yes, there are definitely logistical things at play, like when is your audience most likely to be online, but also like setting your own boundaries for when you feel comfortable doing it and getting started. So I wouldn't worry so much at the beginning about the exact time of day. If it works for your team to do it at 10 a.m., start testing it. And then share those lives that are out in the world with your email list, reshare them on social media, reconnect with people. Because remember, the live is great, but it's also the interaction that you can get with that content afterward that's just as important. And after you've done a few, ask people, hey, what would be helpful? Should I send you a calendar invite to let you know we're going live? Are you just going to watch the replays? Are you not on social media and you'd like me to send you these anyway because they're great value? Whatever it might be, connect with your audience in that way and ask them how they like to consume that content. But remember, it's not just about the one-time watch. There's algorithms at play here with all of the social platforms, especially if you're going live on them. They may not get notified, but that's why consistency matters. So it's really important for your regular videos to be on a same time, same place, so that people can really know what to expect and when they can be there to engage with you. So, will you try live video? That is what I want to know. I hope you got some good ideas here for kind of jumping in and getting excited and started. You can grab the links to the other podcast episodes that I mentioned and resources at thefirstclick.net/255. And this wraps up our month on video. I hope you got some great tips, and I'm so excited to jump into websites next month. But for now, thank you so much for listening. Please do hit that subscribe button wherever you are listening or watching. And make sure you share this with a friend who could also use some digital marketing therapy for their organization. Thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next one.